Can we take a moment to talk about my shirt? It's a little hedgehog. It's so cute. What's up, guys? It's Emily from Millions of Millie Books, and I'm here with my 2015 resolutions / goals / whatever you want to call it. 2015 is going to be a humongous year for me personally, and I'm just super excited for all that it brings. I'm super excited for all that it brings book-wise too. So without further ado, here are a few of my 2015 goals. So my first goal has already been achieved. I really wanted to start a booktube channel. I recently put up a video that I will link in the description that is a brief hello video. It's very short, but it just kind of talks about why I decided to join booktube. So check that out if you want to know a little bit more about that, but long story short, I really liked booktube for a long time, so I just decided that I wanted to join in on all the fun and shenanigans and talk about books more on the internet because there aren't enough people who talk about books in real life. So yeah, books. So the next kind of goal I have for myself is to read 75 books this year. In the year 2014, I believe I finished about 85. There's 2 days left of the year while I'm filming this, and I am at 84, and I have 200 pages of a book left. So I believe I'm going to finish that 85th book. That puts me 10 books over my goal because I had the goal of 75 this year as well. But a lot of big changes are coming to my life, so I wanted to have a number that I could achieve. And if I hit 100, I will be ecstatic. But if it doesn't happen, I don't want to be disappointed in myself because I want to read the books that I want to read. I don't want to read the books that I feel like will get me closer to my challenge because it's fun to count the books, but then at the same time, putting pressure on myself isn't going to enable me to read even more. So that's kind of my standpoint. I hope to hit my 75 despite everything that's going to be going on this year. My next kind of goal is that I want to read more fantasy books. One of my absolute favorite books of 2014 is Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. I just think this book was so good, this series is so incredible, and it was fantasy and I loved it. I've always been a Harry Potter fan, but expanding my fantasy love has been something that I've failed to do lately. So quite a few of the books in my Christmas book haul are fantasy, and I'm just super excited to get into all these worlds, and they take a little bit longer to read, so that's why I'm not pushing myself for my reading goal of the year, because I want to sit down and enjoy books with a little bit more content, so I don't want to change my TBR from the books that I really want to read. A few of the fantasies that I know I want to pick up: the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy and the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Those are just a few of the fantasies that I received for Christmas, so I'm super excited to dive in and really enjoy those because I've heard a lot of good things about both series. The next kind of challenge I have for myself is to read a few classics by myself. For some reason, I didn't read Great Gatsby in school, so maybe that's one that I would consider picking up. Another thing that I'm interested in picking up is a Jane Austen book. I've not read any of her books, and I have this beautiful hardback edition of all of her books together in beautifulness. So beautiful, with the gold pages, and I've had this for probably over a year, and I just would really like to pick one up. Sometimes I struggle with classics, but I also think that if I'm not reading them for school, I'm more likely to enjoy them because I decide to read them on my own time. Classics are another thing that they probably take a little bit longer to read, so I don't want to push myself to read what's easy. The next goal that I have is one that probably everybody has / should have, and it's to finish more series that are on my shelf. There are quite a few series that I have all of the books, and I've read some of them, but I haven't read all of them. I should not be buying more books when I have plenty of books that I'm excited about reading and haven't yet. A few of the series that I need to finish are the Vampire Academy series. I have to read the last 3 books, and also the Percy Jackson series. I've only read The Lightning Thief from this series, and I enjoyed it. I don't fully understand the hype yet, but also I will never understand the hype if I don't at least get through this series. And I have all the books, so I would love to pick them up. The next goal I have for the year is I want to read a few more adult books. I read both of these books in 2014, this one for school and this one before the movie, and I really enjoyed them both. They are completely different, but at the same time, there's this whole new genre of books that I've been afraid to touch just because they aren't what I'm familiar with. And I would love to get into adult books as I get a little bit older because I would love to continue to read characters that are similar to my age. Also, because I really enjoyed The Kite Runner, I would love to pick up 8,000 Splendid Suns by the same author, Khaled Hosseini. Not quite sure how to say that again, but I really love The Kite Runner, and this was gifted to me for Christmas last year, so I would really love to finish this in 2015. The next goal for 2015 is I would love to finish Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. My mom has been a fan of this book for so long. This is a new copy, but her original copy that we lost is from 1993. That copy of the book is older than I am, and she's just been a fan of the series from the beginning, and then now that it's getting a lot of hype because of the TV show, I've watched the TV show. I still need to watch the last 2 episodes. I have no clue why, but it comes back on in April, and I would love to dive into the series because it's my mom's favorite and it'd just be fun to have something to fangirl with her about. And plus, Jamie is a total babe. I also have the second book, Dragonfly and Amber. It would be really great to be able to finish both of these by the end of the year. This goes hand in hand with my goal to finish more of the series on my shelf, but I would also just like to finish more of the books on my shelf. Can we talk about my hedgehog again? It's just so cute. Oh yeah, I am a binge book buyer. I live in a small town, so whenever I get to go to a bookstore that isn't a Barnes & Noble's, I kind of go a little crazy. For instance, the Across the Universe trilogy. I've heard nothing but great things about these books, and they sound very interesting, and I'm excited to read them. But on a whim, I picked up all 3 books last time I was in an independent bookstore. So I need to make sure I buy books that I'm going to immediately read after I buy them. I would also really like to finish this series in 2015. One of my most exciting goals of 2015 is I would love to attend more author signings. Now, I have not decided where I'm going to go to college next year, so that really depends on where I end up for the second half of the year, but I live in Illinois, and I live quite far from the Chicago area, but at the same time it is still a nice driving distance if I decide that I want to go to a signing because a lot of authors come to the Chicago area. I want to make it a goal for me to be able to go to as many signings as I can because meeting authors and going to book events in 2014 has been some of the highlights of my year. I love going to meet book people, I love going to meet the authors, I love just being surrounded by people who love books because there aren't enough of those in my immediate life. So, books. I just love to go to more book events and I think it'd be a great time. The last goal I have for the year, which is probably the most important one, it doesn't completely have to do with reading, but I really would like to get better at this. I need to work on spending my time wisely. I procrastinate my homework so often. And sometimes it's to read, sometimes it's to watch YouTube videos, and sometimes it's to watch Netflix. Sometimes I'm sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Instead of doing my homework, I should be doing something that I at least like to do. I'm pretty sure we can all relate to this, but I do this thing where I don't want to pick up my book because I need to do my homework. At the same time, if I do something else, that means I'm not procrastinating, but that makes it even worse. I don't even know if that made any sense, but because I'm adding making videos to my schedule and editing videos to my schedule and being more active on BookTube to my schedule, I need to make sure that I am organized and that I am actually doing something productive in my time. So I'm still going to procrastinate my homework. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not, but I would love to work on using my time wisely. And if I'm not doing homework, I want to read, I want to film, I want to edit, I want to do something other than just laying in my bed doing absolutely nothing. So of course I realized after I stopped filming that my main goal I didn't even mention. And that goal is to finish rereading the Harry Potter series. Oh yeah. I reread the first 3 books in 2014 and I rewatched the first 3 movies, and I really want to reread the books and then rewatch the movies. This series is my childhood. My mom read me the first book out loud when I was 4 years old, so I love it so much, and I haven't reread any of the books since the last movie came out, minus the first 3 that I reread in 2014, but same difference. That I would love to finish up these bad boys because I have the American editions that are very battered, and I've never read these editions all the way through, which is the British editions, and I would just love to complete the series again because I haven't done it in a while. And I love it. You can never have too much Harry Potter. And this world, I want to go to Hogwarts. I've decided my college of choice is Hogwarts. Nailed it. Crushed it. So that is it. Those are a few of my resolutions for 2015. Thank you for watching. This is Emily from Millions of Millie Books, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you have a great 2015 filled with many books and much love. And peace out, Girl Scout. If you don't have a book buying problem, are you really a booktuber? And that is to finish rereading the Harry Potter. I need a conclusion and an intro. I'm so uncreative. I need to think of like one thing to say at the beginning and end of all of my videos, and then I don't have to be creative for the rest of my life. Well, I do, because I have to continue to like make videos and stuff. But yeah, I love to binge. My dogs are barking. Yes. Ew. It's gonna sound like I'm talking to myself. My hair. Nailed it. So I need to make sure I only buy books that I'm going to read. So I need to make sure I buy books. For instance, the Across the Universe trilogy. I've heard nothing but fabulous. But I'll probably cut that. I want to make sure it's still recording. My big sister got me this for Christmas. It's so cute. So cute. So cute. This is awkward. Now my brother's friends are here. I would love a hedgehog, and I want to name it Hedwig, because I named my cats after Harry Potter characters, so why not name my hedgehog my future hedgehog? I also want a teacup pig named Dudley, but that's beside the point. Should I make blooper clips? Harry Potter! Harry Potter! Where are you, Jane Austen? Why can't I find you? Okay, here it is. I keep going back and filming things because I forget to say things. This is hard. Books. Is it a video if I don't have embarrassing bloopers of me flailing my arms? I don't think so. Big hair problems. So, goodbye. Bye. 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 Read more books.